everyone, Mad Lion here, and it is time to celebrate! Yay! Oh my gosh, what have I done? Yes, it is time to celebrate. Hypnosis Microphone is turning 5. 5 whole years of laughter, tears, excitement, drama, confusion, and then overall, fun. It's been pretty fun. And for this year's 5th anniversary, let's go over 5 must-knows about HypMic after 5 years. Whether you're a veteran hipster or you're just getting started, these 5 things can help you understand Hypnosis Microphone even more. Let's get started. First of all, Hypnosis Microphone is a franchise with its roots entirely in music, namely Japanese rap and hip-hop. We're talking artists like Sold Out, Creva, Zebra, M-Flow, Creepy Nuts, Ken the 390, Sky High, Rail, Gaki Ranger. Basically anyone who has ever written a song for HypMic at this point. And this is a mainstream genre in Japan that's independent from Western rap and hip-hop. So if you're more familiar with Western music and wondering, where's the hip-hop in Hypnosis Mic? It's there. It's just based in Japanese hip-hop, so it might not be immediately familiar if you don't follow Japanese music. But that's only the start of it. Since its release, Hypnosis Mic has gone on to expand into pretty much every mainstream genre out there, giving us everything from classical remixes to visual kei, to rap rock nu metal, to lo-fi beats to work to I think I heard this in Mario Kart, to whatever the hell Kuko's solo is. And HypMic's music is still the main pillar of the entire franchise, with incredibly high standards and production values. Hipsters, we are spoiled over here. The tunes are just that good. And the tunes are our home base, and they always will be. In 5 years, Hypnosis Microphone has grown a lot. A lot. What started out as a handful of CDs with songs and drama tracks has turned into a massive media mix that includes comics, an anime, a mobile game, musicals, and many, many other things I'm absolutely forgetting because there's just so much. If you've been following HypMic this whole time, great! The canon moves slowly, and the releases are pretty spaced out, so you're probably as caught up as you want to be. But if you're just joining us, that massive wall of media can be pretty terrifying. Oh! But here's the good news. Most of that media is completely irrelevant to the main story. I break it down more here in my anniversary video from last year, but you can basically sort Hypnosis Mic into 3 categories: main story, side story, and bonus content. And most of the media falls into that bonus category, which means once you get through the main story and its branch-off side stories, you can go through whatever you want to at your own pace and not worry too much about other things. If you're just getting started, here's my recommended approach to the media. Start with the first DRB CDs and drama tracks. When you're done with those, read the TDD-era comics to get important backstory. After that, read the first round of present-day comics to get important expansion on the drama tracks. Then you'll be done with the first half of the story, so rinse and repeat with the second DRB CDs and drama tracks, the official guidebook drama tracks, the Dawn of Division comics, and the second round of present-day comics. Anything else? Go for what you like. Hypnosis Mic is always coming out with new media for us to consume and pay for, but thankfully it moves pretty slowly, so once you're caught up, you should be able to keep up. Next up, Hypnosis Mic is a character-driven franchise that really focuses on digging deep into each person involved in the story. The writers have created personalities and backgrounds that fans can connect with, and the actors have brought them to life in the best possible way. Let's take Dopo for example. I guarantee you that anybody who has ever had an urban white-collar job can feel Dopo's existence in their bones. Or Hifumi. Hifumi's character arc centers on running from and then confronting trauma from his past, which is something a lot of people can relate to. And Kijima's expert performance as Hifumi going through all of this really drives it home. Every single character in Hypnosis Mic has this depth, and it's what allows the fans to really connect on a personal level. A lot of this depth is bound in personal tragedy. For example, Jakurai's constant struggle with his past and all of the people he lost along the way. And this brings out a sense of caring, which reinforces the relationship between the fans and the MCs. It's really an impressive accomplishment. Unfortunately, with all of that love, effort, and care put into creating high-quality jams and relatable characters, some holes were left unfilled. Plot holes, to be specific. Okay, the plot. The plot is... well, it has its questionable moments, some of them asking for a lot of suspension of disbelief. The HypMic's story has had times when the writers have dug themselves into holes and then somehow dug themselves out of them. There have even been times where a character will ask a very pointed question related to another character, and the third character will just ignore it. It's not a complete mess, but it's not about to win a literary award. Sorry, Gentaro. And honestly, this is okay. Hypnosis Mic is a vehicle for three things: music, voice actors, and characters. The plot is less of a main feature and more of the glue that exists to hold everything together, except sometimes that glue doesn't really work. Or sometimes that glue seems to stick really hard to just one division, like it did for Fling Posse in the second DRB, while it just loses track of others. When you're approaching the HypMic overarching story, keep this in mind. We're not here to experience a soul-shaking work of fiction. We're here to enjoy some chaos in between rap battles and journeys of personal discovery. It's less of a primetime drama and more of a soap opera. The main story exists to keep the world held together, so it gets a little messy. But, you know, that's okay. And that also brings us to point number 5. People search for messages in fiction. It's what we've all been taught to do. But if you try to do that with HypMic, you might get stuck because the messages aren't all very obvious. On the surface, the story is basically, you know, these guys did this, and then that guy did this, and then there was a rap battle, and then everyone laughed and went home. It's a series of events to add something to the tunes and the characters. You're not going to be smacked in the face with opinions about social issues, politics, or the meaning of life. It's just not one of those franchises. Sorry, Sasara. But that's not to say there is no message. Within the overarching story, you can find some constant themes that make HypMic an uplifting, empowering experience for the audience. Let's go back to the characters. One of HypMic's main messages is personal development through confronting your demons and finding your own way in life. We see it in everyone's story. Sasara, for example, grew up in a tumultuous household with parents who were constantly fighting. His escape was comedy, and it still is his escape. He'd rather crack jokes than deal with conflict, until it gets to a point where, you know, he needs to. Rosho, on the other hand, grew up in a strict household, but managed to pursue his dreams to become a comedian, only to discover, he wasn't really good at it. This led him to decide to become a teacher and help others instead. Every single MC has a story like this. Even Ray, although his background is still kind of in bits and pieces. We'll see where that goes. And interestingly, the other main message links those characters to each other, working together, helping each other out, and being good to each other in order to achieve a better future. The goal that ties everyone together is, let's change this world for the better. And we hear that line over and over from all of the division leaders. It's not easy though. With Totsuitere Honpo, Sasara and Rosho need to learn to work together again, and they take a chance by bringing Rei into their crew because it's a step towards their goal. With other groups, you see young siblings learning to work together as a real team, 3 strangers helping each other achieve their individual goals, 2 new best friends working to save their dying leader, 2 old best friends supporting their beloved sensei, and 2 teenagers learning about life, the universe, and everything with the help and guidance of a man who's been there, done that, and probably written a law book about it. So if you're looking for a message in HypMic, look deeper and look differently than you would with other media. It's all about identity, self-discovery, cooperation, perseverance, overcoming obstacles, and defying the odds to improve the space we live in. And I think that's something that can ring true with anyone in the fandom, no matter which division you call home. So that's 5 things to know about Hypnosis Microphone on its 5th anniversary. But I want to add one more point because I think this is the most important thing about the entire franchise. It's opened people's eyes to a whole new world of music, it's brought people together who otherwise wouldn't have met, and it's given people inspiration to achieve things they never would have dreamed of. Back in 2018, when I first listened to Division Rap Battle, I had no idea that I would still be here 5 years later screaming about HypMic on YouTube. But hey, here we are. Just like Mad Trigger Crew, we found each other and formed a team with a common goal: enjoy the hell out of this franchise while we tried not to go bankrupt. that's the end. Hopefully this video has been informative, inspirational, or even just enjoyable for you. If you liked what you watched, feel free to go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to see more of, this nonsense, what am I gonna do with all of this? If you want to see more of this nonsense, feel free to go ahead and subscribe. And here's to another 5 years of rapute tano-C. Bye bye!